Welcome back to the Think Strong Network. Today, we're asking, did you know that the humble chicken holds a powerful secret about leadership? I know, it sounds a little strange, but trust me on this one. What we're about to dig into might just change how you see these birds and maybe even leadership itself forever.
Let's be real. When you picture a chicken, this is pretty much what comes to mind, right? A little goofy, kind of clucky, just pecking at the ground. It's an image we've all just sort of accepted without giving it a second thought.
But what if that's not even close to the whole story? What if I told you that this common perception is completely off and that inside that little feathered head, there's a world of surprising complexity, one that holds a profound lesson for every single one of us?
So let's pull back the curtain on the chicken's inner world. It turns out they are far from simple. In fact, you might even call them tiny feathered geniuses. Okay, let's start with a surprising fact. The number 100. Did you know this number is incredibly significant for a chicken? What do you think it could possibly refer to? Get this, it's the number of individual faces a chicken can recognize and remember. That's right, over 100 different faces, whether it's other chickens, other animals, or even you. They have this incredible social memory. And how about this one? More than 30. Any guesses? Did you know this number is totally key to how they communicate with each other?
You see, it's not just random clucking. They have a legitimate language with over 30 distinct sounds to communicate very specific things, like warning about a predator from the sky versus one on the ground, or telling others where to find food.
And honestly, it goes even deeper. As you can see here, chickens can solve simple puzzles, they totally get cause and effect, and they even show empathy for one another. And maybe the most astonishing thing of all, they dream, just like us.
So, we've established they're way smarter than we give them credit for. But how does this intelligence actually shape their relationships? Let's explore how chickens connect, because you'll see it's about way more than just instinct.
Well, it all comes down to their wiring. A chicken's brain isn't just about survival. It's built for connection and for learning. They are constantly processing their world and building relationships based on their experiences. This brings us to a really cool concept, relational memory. A chicken remembers not just what happened, but who was involved. If you're gentle, it remembers you as safe. If you're rough, it remembers that too. They build trust based on consistent, positive interactions.
You know, this makes me wonder. Have you ever underestimated someone or something only to be completely surprised by their hidden depths? I think we've all been there. Go ahead and share your story in the comments below.
Okay, so chickens are smart and relational. But what does this have to do with leadership? This is where we connect the dots, shifting from the farm animal to the leader through the 4-H connection.
Just look at this parallel. It's amazing. Caring for a chicken requires showing up daily. That's consistency. Gentle handling teaches empathy. Providing food and water builds responsibility. And patience and observation, well, that leads to understanding others. These are the building blocks of leadership. And this is exactly why organizations like 4-H are so powerful. The youth involved learn to raise livestock, and in doing so, they learn to raise themselves. Through these small, daily acts of care, they are learning the foundational principles of what it means to be a leader. And this brings us to our final section and the ultimate takeaway, the incredible power of growth in small things. This quote really says it all. A chicken may not roar like a lion, but it teaches one of the greatest lessons in agriculture. And I'd argue it teaches one of the greatest lessons in life, too. And here is that lesson, broken down into a simple formula. You show up to feed it, and the chicken grows. You show up to care for it, and the chicken trusts you. You show up to practice these small things day after day, and you grow too. It's a direct and unavoidable outcome. The message here is crystal clear. Don't underestimate small beginnings. And please, don't overlook the small tasks. Whether it's feeding a chicken, making your bed, or reading one chapter of a book, that's where real, lasting growth is forged. So that brings me to my final question for you. What's one small, consistent action you can commit to this week to grow? Whether it's for yourself or for one of your projects, share it in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable. And as always, a reminder that all the material for this explainer was created by the Educational Highway. We'll leave you with this final thought. Growth happens when you stay consistent with the little things. Thanks for watching.